or her to account. So he believes that why should I listen to him? In fact, he sees you as an enemy that's trying to penetrate her territory. We cannot continue that way. People like you and I must contribute. Must government going to China? And nobody invited me to say, oh, what's your opinion on so and so issues? But the Chinese government sent the CCTV to interview me for 1 hour, asking me all sorts of questions, strategic questions, and things like that. I'm not saying that I know it all, but you see how countries are taking advantage of their own citizens, and they can't even take advantage of their own citizens. I think it's high time we started believing ourselves, looking inwardly, and believe we can do it. If China can do it, if India can do it, if Brazil can do it, if South Africa can do it, Nigeria must do it. We cannot allow our borders to be opened for Shoprite to go to the factory, carry made in South African goods, and ship them to Shoprite in Nigeria, and they all end up in our kitchens and things like that, and the money leaves the country.
All right. Now, in all of these that you have said, what lessons do you think Nigeria should learn from Chinese experience?
Patriotism, hard work, believing in yourself, and don't believe in permanent friend, in permanent enemy, but believe in permanent interest. Nothing like permanent enemy, permanent friend, but permanent interest. Now it is the Chinese turn. Let's leave America alone. America is bankrupt, so there's no need going to dance with Obama, because the country does not have the money. We must focus on Nigeria first and foremost. The devil may care. You see, the white man is smart. Since he invented the idea of devil may care, it means it's my own interest, no sentimentality about my interest. You can go and call me a vagabond. You can call me a racist. You can call, but so long as I'm attending to my interest, that's your business. Because eventually you come and beg. We must remove sentiment when dealing with national issues. We must remove selfish goals when dealing with national issues. Let serving your nation be the most important thing. Most important reason why you go into government. That's what I believe is the lesson Nigeria must learn from China.
Now, let me ask you one question. Yes. I know the Forum on China and Africa cooperation, even though it has been in existence, since 2000, but Nigeria has really not benefited from it, unlike some other African countries. Why?
You see, that's the problem. Nigeria believes that because it has oil, it cannot. There's this this belief in Nigerians that, you know what, we are too big to go and ask for something. Do you understand what I'm saying? But look at South Africa. South Africa, upon its economy is almost twice Nigeria's economy. South Africa is taking advantage of that forum, because that forum, and also that's what we call China Africa Development Fund. South Africa, Tanzania, Ghana, Ethiopia, Kenya, they're taking advantage of that. Nigeria is reluctant, because our Minister of Finance, if you ask Minister of Finance, he's always pro-neoliberal economy of the West. She doesn't want to bring East to the equation, so that the Westerners will say, so this is the new game, you are abandoning us. Because he who pays the piper calls the tone. That is the problem. Nigeria must take advantage of any fund that it can take advantage of, whether the money is belong to entire Africa. And Nigeria will go there and ask, look, if this money is 1 billion, we must take 10% of it, because we are 10%, we must take 5% of it, because 5% of Africa. We don't care. It is first of all, charity begins at home. Nigeria must take advantage of all these things. Don't pretend you are richer than other African countries, because when they wake up, discover Tanzania is richer than you, Ghana is richer than you. That's what I believe.
All right. Now, the president and his delegates are in China. So what should we expect that they come home with?
Wonderful experience. One of the things I want President to come home with is appreciating that it is the people that create wealth, not commodities. Let the President come back with a new mindset that government is to serve the people, not the people serve the government. Let President come back and appreciate that in 1979, they reduced recurrent expenditure, closed down so many embassies, so many Chinese embassies, reduced the military to less than 40%. We must reduce the cost of running business in Nigeria, so that there will be more money freed for infrastructure, so that the people you are governing become the beneficiaries of government, not paying about 1% of workforce is government, but about 70% of government revenue is spent on 1% of the national workforce. We must let President go to China and carefully watch and visit China and ask the Chinese leaders, how do you perform this magic? and they will tell him some of these things. And I believe when he comes back, he starts making some changes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Enwegbaram. It's nice having you on the program.
Thank you for having me, Shine.